could,
Yeah.
you could play it when you're standing in line, when you're waiting at the doctor's office or whatever for your appointments, when you're on the bus, you play a bunch of games. But if you want to get really in depth into the game and you want to have a really great experience, you're going to be playing it on either a phone or you're going to be playing it on your PC. It's also better. It's also good to a certain extent on a tablet device, but I feel like it's best on a PC or a phone.
Yeah,
And if you want to get in-depth strategies and really grind it out, get to the top 100, you can do it. And this is not a pay-to-win game. It's a skill-based game. You really have to focus on your gameplay and strategies too. And that's where professional team-based play, like we have here in this tournament for Crossfire Scorpia tournaments, that's what we're going to be demonstrating with teams like GG Easy playing Swift Esports. We're going to be having Tribe playing as well versus Nova. Huge rivalry right there. And not to mention Hammers, who actually dominated last week in the exhibition match versus Tribe, is going up against Keck as well. Fire Retail, their European team versus Labots as well, we will be seeing later on too. And these are some great teams with in-game, well, not in-game, but they're going to be surely communicating via Discord, and they will be, showing us the best strategies for dominating lanes, dominating the middle area where the double damage and invis is going to be. So there's a lot of strategy that you can have in this game if you want to in a quick 4-minute match, and that's the beautiful thing about the game.
Yeah, exactly. And that is very much true about what you say, is we are just getting these two teams into the lobby, into the room to try and get this sorted as quickly as possible. We do have, like you said, Swift Esports against Team GG Easy. If I'm not mistaken, it's Skull Hunters and Hunk the Punk that is on the side of Swift Esports, and then with Team GG Easy, I believe it's we're just looking to get these players sorted out. But either way, what is the difference, Sean, between the two? Between the different maps and how they play. How it affects the play style, the aggression that these teams might come out, plus even the weapon loads. So, what would be the difference in terms of the maps?
Well, there's a variety of maps. We have Snow Base, of course. We've got Moon. We have Magma. There's also Temple. With all of these maps, you're going to be looking at the power-ups being in a variety of places. Usually you see the shields on the outside as well as the health in the middle of the maps. That's where the teams want to be able to control those areas because we have the double damage there. We've got the invis power-ups. Not all maps have invis, but they all have the the double damage power-ups. So anybody who gets the double damage power-up, it's going to increase their damage output twofold. So you can have some weapons that are going to be one-shot, one-kills, like a Badger, which is the grenade launcher, like the sniper rifle, which is the long claw. When you have anybody with the double damage, with that, you got to either stay away from them or take them out very, very fast.
Exactly, and that's what I found when because I was playing the game actually with yourself a little bit, Sean, in which you did consistently wreck my ass. Excuse my French, but what I learned is very much the name of the game is obviously it's the first to either 40 points or the team that has the most points after 4 minutes. But so very much the strategy in the game is essentially try to keep yourself alive as long as possible while still balancing the aggression, being in the right position and essentially getting damage onto the enemy team. Because yes, okay, it's all well and good staying alive, but if you're not really doing anything with that, then or assisting your team in the right moments, then they're kind of just being a little bit of some would say a potato. So that's what I found. Like I found I would maybe get a kill, but I would die 5 times in between each kill. But then as I started kind of getting a little bit better and just understanding the game a little more, I was kind of like, okay, get a kill, back off a little bit, re-heal up, get a bit of an idea of where you are in the map, where the enemy teams are, where your teammates are, and then look to maybe engage again. And of course, because it is so fast paced, that's all happening in a matter of seconds, split seconds. But when you're able to do that and you're able to kind of slow it down in your head, that's what does make it better.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Those seconds are just like micro fights in every game that you're going to be encountering. Once you're in the game, you just have to watch out for your positioning in the different lanes. Sometimes there's more than 3 lanes, depending on the levels that there are, the amount of platforms that you're going to be having in the game. So it really depends on where you're positioning and what the teams are going to be calling out. This is only like the one of 3 tournaments, not even 3. This is really only the second big tournament that we've had for Armajet. So there hasn't really been too much of a meta that's at least available for me to call out yet. But you have just, as the teams, you've just got to be able to watch out for long claws being sniped from way out there. They've got to watch out for those badgers. Like we see some of the players just shooting those grenades out right now. It's pretty funny to just have the double damage and just be like a very big threat during the game. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to be happening in this first game, in this first matchup between GG and Swift. We've got a lot of people in the match so far. We have Nox's Mata, I'm Not Gay But Bi on GG, and Hell's Devil, who is a well-known Vainglory player. So it's pretty cool to see him here as well. On the opposite side for Swift, we've got Hunk the Punk, Skull or Skill Hunters, Mohi, and Dre Cool.
Dr. For Cool.
Dr. For Cool. I like that better. That makes a lot more sense than what I was making up on the spot.
Cool. And it's funny because last time I casted Armajet, Sean, it was 2v2. So how much of a difference does a 4v4 game mode make, to how you take a win or how you take a loss compared to 2v2? What really is the key differences between, other than the fact that there's obviously 4 extra players in total on the game, but what is different to from your experience?
Well, to me, the big difference with that is you have a lot more. There's a lot less space on the map when you have 4 versus 4. So it's just going to be so many people like just coming at you from different angles. In a 2v2 situation, it's going to be a lot easier to hide and seek and to be able to dance around the place. But when you're playing, a player's mind can only handle so many people coming at you from different angles. So if you're being attacked or you're attacking somebody, you may be focusing on 1 or 2 players, but maybe you'll have somebody attack you from the flank, from the rear. And that's what a lot of these players are going to have to watch out for in a 4v4 situation. And not only that, but you're going to have a variety of weapons that are going to be chosen. There's a lot of loadouts here. The Long Claw, Black Tusk, Badger, Tremor are very popular weapons being used. The Thunderstorm as well, the Lightning Gun, aka the Noob Killer, is a very popular weapon. Not too many pro players have been using it because of the short range and the high cooldown on the weapon. The Black Tusk is probably going to be the one that we see more often used because it's got high damage output and it's pretty easy to manage the magazine size and to back off and let it reload.
And for somebody like myself that is less experienced in the game from a technical aspect, how does one tell the difference between the guns? I know that might sound stupid, but in terms of visually and even within the game, what is it the firing? But is it the bullet range? Is it what makes the guns kind of different for people that might be viewing the stream or viewing the game for the first time, Sean?
Oh yeah, that's a very good question, Imperium, my good sir. I will educate you. So the grenade launcher looks like a grenade launcher, the Badger, and it actually has a pretty. It's got a higher reload rate. Same thing with the Long Claw. Those are both of the probably longest ranged weapons we have here so far in the game. A little bit shorter range than that is going to be the automatic rifle, which looks like a machine gun, sounds like a machine gun. That's Black Tusk. And We do have the Tremor is more of a shotgun type gun, but it actually shoots off like 4 spreading flax that come out of it. And those that's a little bit more medium range as well. The shortest range is probably going to be the Thunderstorm, and that is the lightning gun. So watch out for the lightning coming out of that one. And it's got the shortest range, highest cooldown once it runs out. But if you're wise about it looks like we're actually getting into the game right now, Imperium.
We are. So let's see what can happen between these two teams. We do have the red side, which is Swift Esports, and we do see the blue side is a Team GG Easy. We do see 3-1 on the kill board. This is starting to go. They're firing from quite far away with the sniper being quite effective. Come out from Hell's Devil as Skull Hunters is on a killing spree, so that's 4-1. Skull Hunters pushing the boat out for the team for the side of Swift Esports. Sean, while the game is a little bit kind of passive but still active, what is kind of happening for you in terms of the game in the first kind of minute time?
Well, we do see actually Bravo team, which is Swift, taking control of that middle of the map, and they've already gotten the double damage there so far. They're backing off right now, and they've got a 2-kill lead, which is pretty cool, but we do see the double damage going down. We do see Skull Hunters having the Enforcer as a secondary loadout, and the Enforcer is a very good weapon because that allows you to deal 75 damage with 1 shot from a pretty long distance as well.
Yeah, exactly. You did see some absolute great flanking coming out from Swift Esports. I love that the fact that Dr. for Cruel was kind of on that top area of the map, was getting a couple of good shots. As you do see, finally Team GG Easy have taken the lead 9-8. It's now 9-9, 2.5 minutes left in this game. We're seeing Hunk the Punk throwing a grenade, not quite connecting onto Hell's Devil, but Dr. for Cruel gets the kill onto Hell's Devil with I'm Not Gay, but by getting the shots off for his team is another grenade, but doesn't quite connect. We do see Swift Esports are kind of cornered, but now we're going to see Swift Esports flanking from the other side, creating a bit of a sandwich. 13-11 on the side of Team GG Easy as they look to maintain the lead in this game with 2 minutes to go. Sean Austino, seems that Team GG Easy are turning things around, taking a 4-point lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, this has been a quick turnaround actually for them. In 2 minutes, it's been a battle back and forth, but we've had Swift Esports actually beating them out, and now GG Easy throwing down those airstrikes, which is very that's a high damage ability. Yeah. Skull Hunters did get himself taken out right there, and the double damage dropped down for anybody who wants to grab it at the moment, but it looks like we're going to have another fight over that.
We do see the double damage being picked up by I'm Not Gay, but as you do say, they're taking an 8-point lead in this game. Hope the Puck is going to get absolutely wrecked going into this game. 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go. It seems like Swift Esports are just starting to lose to run this game. As Skull Hunters is about to get absolutely shattered to smithereens. Noxus is on a killing spree. This is a 10-point lead. It's just starting to go absolutely all over the place for Team G Easy, starting to take this game one by the bull of the horns. You do see Mai is trying to get back to this game as a Hell's Devils on a killing spree once again, but it does seem like that Swift Esports are not quite together as a 4-man team. I'm no expert, but Sean, what do you make of the fact that, in my opinion, like I said, I don't think they've really stayed together too much as a 4-man team and look to support each other that much, even though Team GG Easy have gotten some great shots off.
Yeah, Hell's Devil is actually trading really well into the enemy team. He's taking out a lot of these enemies really very, very quickly, and he's trading well into them. He's at 14-8 right now with 2 assists, and he actually just picked up the double damage as well. So watch out for that long claw because he's going to be getting some 1-shot 1-kills with it. But what's more important than even just getting the kills is controlling the double damage, and the round's over.
Yeah, the round is over. That was a 14-point lead on the side of Team GG Easy, with all of their team looking really strongly into this game. We're now going to go straight into the next game. But, like that, it started off well for Swift Esports, Sean Austino. They've really got a bit of a lead, nothing super crazy. But then we saw Team GG Easy really getting back into it. I'm Not Gay, but was, in my opinion, very core to them getting back into the game, because like I mentioned, he was in the top lane of the mid area of the map, and he was just kind of jumping up and down, getting really nice shots off onto the side of Swift Esports. And Swift Esports, they seem to just kind of, run away from themselves and just kind of let it get away from them. But let's see what they can do in the second game. If you were Swift Esports, I know it's a different map, but kind of what would you do differently, Sean?
Well, what I would do differently is just control the middle area. If you're controlling the mid lane, right in the middle of the map, making sure that Hell's Devil or I'm Not Gay But Bi are picking up those power-ups. I don't feel like the invis was too much of an issue, but the double damage is definitely a big issue. Having Hell's Devil get on that using the long claw to his advantage and taking people down with one shot is just something that we need to have Swift Esports watch out for. So GGEZ is going to be on. There's still going to be the Alpha team, which is blue colored, and then Bravo team or red is going to be Swift Esports as well. So just waiting to get this game started. But what's actually more different? What's different about this map is that I feel like there's not as many levels out there, and it's a little bit more. It's a longer map. Does it feel a little bit longer compared to Magma? I feel like it is.
It does. It's a little bit longer. So it gives in my opinion, it gives a little bit more space for these teams to kind of slowly engage onto each other. But then again, if you can get that long claw, I think that's the name of the gun. My apologies. That sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Long claw. If you can get that shot off from a distance onto one of the enemy team while still having support in that front line with the rest of your team securing those kills, I think that's going to be really effective coming out from any of these teams. That's why I do like about this map. Again, I'm no expert, but I do like this map because it gives a little bit more freedom for these teams to really create a bit of formation. Plus, like we see, when you're on the top shelf, so to speak, the top lane, and you throw a grenade, or you're actually able to shoot from underneath those invisibility, kind of semi-invisible, tiles. Ridges, there you go. So that can really make a difference to the playstyle, because you think you're safe from the enemy team, and next thing you know, you're kind of getting shot from up above, and you're caught out, you're dead, and your team takes a loss. But we are just about ready to get this game underway in the next 5 seconds of game 2 in the best of 3 series between Team GGEZ and Swift Esports in the Scorpia Crossfire tournament. Do you see the mid area 2v2? But this is 3 kills already, Sean. On
first blood to Hell's Devil.
Not even first blood, the first triple blood, so to speak. And this is up to Swift Esports to try and get back in this game. Now we do see 3 of them at top 4-2. They've clawed their way back to about a 2-point deficit. 5-2 though. This is back to 3 points for Team GGEZ as they look to really maintain their lead, as we do see bottom lane Skull Hunters and Hunk trying to be defensive, but being away from the rest of the team, just throwing a grenade out there, catches out into Mata, but isn't able to do much with that as the double damage has been picked up by Hell's Devil. They're starting to take a really aggressive frontline 5-point lead in the first 50 seconds of this game. This is pretty aggressive stuff coming out from Team GGEZ, and like you mentioned in the previous game, they are controlling the mid area of this map, controlling the double damage, controlling the invisibility, and that allows them to really secure kills a little bit easier, Sean.
Yeah, and I'm Not Gay But Bi actually has had both the invisibility and the double damage for a good chunk of those team fights that were happening. And if you backtrack a little bit more, we actually saw Swift going into the mid bot lane, and they just got annihilated by the amount of damage that was pouring into that very narrow area. So right now we see a huge advantage, 18-9 right now, with GGEZ having about double the score, and they're taking advantage of that invisible tile bridge right there, and they're just raining down damage upon Skull Hunters right now, and he's taken out.
I want to mention I'm Not Gay But Bi, his ability to kind of jump get into the exact right position, lay off a couple of shots, and get into safety is really key. He did it a good few times in the previous game, turned it around for his team after the early stages points loss, and it's starting to pay off once again, as you do see Longclaw snipes coming out with blood after blood, death after death going up to side of the team. GG Easy, they do now have an 11-point lead with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. But Moe's on a killing spree. Can they claw their way back from Austino? As they do have the double damage indeed. So this is going to be up to them, but I'm not able by. Is kind of doing the work for his team, as we do see Noxus has picked up. He's able to actually secure his ultimate, so to speak. And what does the Noxus ultimate do, Sean?
Nox's ult. I actually can't see what his. When you say his ultimate, are you talking about his perk?
Yeah, the perk. My apologies.
Oh, I didn't see what his perk was that he was using. It could have been the super speed. It looks like actually he may be using. He's using his boost a lot right now, which is actually pretty good. And he picked up that shielding that allowed him to trade really well into enemy that he just took out, Mohi, right there. But things are looking really good. There's only 3 kills remaining for GG Easy to take this game and to take this series going up against Swift.
Yeah, 2 kills now left to go with 44 seconds to go. And this is the difference between 2v2 and 4v4, because there's a lot more kills being put onto the table in the Armajet game as the round is over. And Team GG Easy live up to their name, and they make it pretty damn easy against Swift Esports.
Indeed.
And, Team
Hell's
GG
Devil
Easy,
that time, he didn't have the top kills in the game. It went over to Noxus. Noxus won, took 17 kills, 9 deaths, which he had the most deaths, but at the same time he had the most kills. And I'm Not Gay But Bi ended up with 9 kills, and for much of the game, probably over half the game, he had 0 deaths. So his damage output was just immense.
Exactly, you know, it just seemed that realistically, Team GG Easy were kind of just working a little bit better as a 4-man team. They, especially after the first game, they asserted their dominance. They really kind of maintained that mid area of the map. Really looked to secure the double damage, the invisibility, and kind of stay in the top areas of the map. And it paid off. They got the early kill in the second round of getting to 40 kills before the round ran out of time. And yeah, really effective stuff coming out from Team GG Easy. They will move on to the winners bracket of the Scorpia Crossfire tournament. And then, you know, Swift Esports will get a second chance because they will move on to the loser bracket. We're now just going to look to get into the second series of the day, which is going to be Tribe Gaming against Nova Esports. We're just going to see if we can get these players into party as soon as possible. Might take a 10-minute break or so, just so you know, the players can get ready and we can have a small bit of a water break. And yeah, see if we can just kind of, how does that sound to you, Sean? Have a bit of a 5 to 10 minute break, and we can get ready for the second game.
Yeah, Imperium sounds good to me. This is a pretty fun series to start things off, and I'm glad we're here to give a little bit of analysis. But clearly, the strong team that match was GG Easy, and it was like no contest for Swift Esports to come up and bite them, and they got bit pretty hard themselves. Swift Esports did. So Tribe Gaming, Nova Esports, 2 of the top games, the top esports teams in Armajet, who have across different esports platforms, they have a big rivalry. So be sure to tune in, guys. In about 15 minutes, we will be right back.
feeling?
Nothing. No, we can hear you. Put your microphone away.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Scorpia Partners Armajet Tournament Crossfire. I'm your caster here, Sean Austino, and I'm joined by my boy Imperium.
I'm just eating rice, but no problem. Sean,
is that all you're doing? Can you send me some of that rice?
Hey, man, I can send you all the rice in the world, baby. Anything for you. My good friend Sean Austino. So
Yummers. We just had a great game.
In between the rice eating, we had a fantastic game indeed, although definitely a little bit one-sided in terms of Team GG Easy against Swift Esports. Team GG Easy taking a dominating 2-0 series win in the best of three, asserting their place in the winners bracket of the Crossfire tournament. Swift Esports will go down to the loser bracket. But this next game, Sean, it's going to be pretty damn hype. Two behemoths in terms of organizations, two monsters, giants, one could say. That is Nova Esports against Tribe Gaming. This is going to, in my opinion, get pretty damn sweaty pretty damn quickly.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before we went to the break, that Tribe Esports and Nova have always had, and many other games, they've had such a big rivalry with each other, especially mobile gaming too. And Armajet is no exception to that, being a mobile game cross-platform with PC as well. But be sure to, before we go into the game, be sure to check out the Crossfire tournament, guys. You can go ahead and click on the link that I just put in the Twitch chat, but you can contribute there for free. Just type in the keyword Crossfire, and you can contribute 50 cents to the prize pool. So back to the game. Let's go ahead and let's see where this game takes us, because I know that we had Tribe, who were in vainglory. They were the world champions, and Nova beat them in one of the previous VPL tournaments, which was pretty damn crazy. So now let's see how they can match up against each other in the Armajet Scorpia Partners Crossfire tournament. So far in the game, looks like we have a full Seeker, Nova Liquid, and Sun on Bravo team for Nova. Alpha team for Tribe has got Samo, Biko, Houdini, and Maverick. Full and Sun on Nova are actually some of the best players I've seen, and they're within the top 10, I believe, as of last season, for the top 100 in Armajet. So this is going to be a pretty crazy matchup here. And sorry guys, correction. There's no more codes left for Matcherino page. So if you want to go to the page and contribute anything, guys, please go ahead and do so. And the game's getting started.
Whoa, we're in this game already. As you do see, Nova has got the center stage, but they're moving over to the left hand side of this map as the first blood has gone over to Nova. Grenade gets thrown out there, and Full does connect to get the kill onto Samo. Quite effectively, 3-1 kill, 4-1 kills. You do see, Maverick is on a bit of a kill spree, so it's 5 during the first 30 seconds of this game. We're going to see Maverick might be able to get the kill on 2 Full, and they trade blows, as it's going to be a bit of a situation. 6v5 in this map. We have seen Nova have turned this around, but Tribe Gaming are doing their best to keep in this quite effectively with Seeker on the long claw, but going to get the shot on each other. We do see that Biko got the shot from behind quite effectively, but the invis has been picked up by Full indeed. You point out quite effectively, but now we do see Nova Liquid has been taken out by Maverick, as Seeker's picked up double. That was just going to be a 15-9 lead on the side of Nova. 5 points in the first kind of minute and a half nearly of this game. This is really starting to take control. Let's see what Tribe Gaming can do to try to get back in this. They are all on the bottom level, but they're losing life after life, blow after blow. They are taking a 6-point loss in this game, but Samo gets a grenade blow on to Nova Liquid quite effectively. Now it's a 5-point lead. Sean Austino, 2.5 minutes left in this game. How's it been looking between the two teams, and what anything that's particularly stood out for you?
Even though Nova is trading better right now into Tribe, they're only 6 points behind, so they could easily get those kills and even things up. Take it we don't have any suicides or anything from frags or anything like that, but it's just like we expected here. We do see Seeker actually doing a lot of work. Same thing with Full. They're incredibly good at what they do, sniping the other teams out, hitting them with the Black Tusk, doing the damage. Airstrike comes down, but it's to no avail. It doesn't seem to be taking anybody out. And we do have a sentry down as well, so we need to have people stay away from that right side, but it does get taken out thanks to Maverick, and the invisibility is picked up by Nova Liquid as well. It's very close right now, 2 kill difference between these two teams, Imperium.
Yeah, this is definitely Tribe turning this game around. 1.5 minutes to go. It's 2 points between two teams, and we are now starting to see Tribe are sticking more as a 4-man team. Sean Austino, they're holding on to the mid lane position. They're turning around. They're trading blows. They take the lead for the first time in this game, Sean Austino, but it's getting so close between the two teams. 3 points now in the favor of Tribe Gaming. 1 minute to go, and this is the final 2 kills for Tribe. Can they turn it around? Can they take this game on as the airstrike pops out and he does get a kill onto Nova Liquid? And let's see what can happen. Seeker gets a kill on the Biko, but Samo gets the final kill on the Full, and Tribe Gaming take a surprising game 1 after we saw Nova Esports racked up about a 6-point lead at one stage of this game. What happened, Sean?
What an amazing match. Maverick, who I have also seen playing within the top 100. Every time I go into a game and Maverick's in there, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and exit and join another lobby because this guy is just so unstoppable. Look at him. He got himself 15 kills and to 9 deaths and 3 assists. And I feel like he and Samo are what really turned that game around for Tribe. And there was just a lot of control earlier from Nova, especially taking the invis and the double damage, but afterwards it was just really crazy how within the last minute Tribe wised up. Despite them being separated, they wised up and they were able to take down Nova. So if Nova is going to have to pull out the win here, they're just going to have to maintain discipline and be real careful about letting that double damage and invisibility power up go over to Tribe. And to not get separated, to fight as a team, it was, again, a really close match. But as long as they can just stick together, it's going to be a pretty good one here.
And it's funny because you talked about Nova. I forget who it was. My humble apologies. One Nova full, I think it was.
Yeah, full.
No, actually, no. It was one member of Nova died 12 times. In that last game, I didn't quite. I totally forgot. It slipped out of my mind, but that really stopped Nova from really securing the game. I don't know what happened with them. As we do see that, I think Benji has been swapped in. I think part of the reason maybe he's suffering from a little bit of lag. Sean Austino, that's the reason why he kind of died so many times. He wasn't really able to get into his game because you do see there has been a roster swap on the side of Nova as Benji comes in to support the rest of his team that is full Sun and Seeker, and we will see that the 4-man Tribe team will stay as they are, look to secure this game too, and look to secure the series, but we cannot deny the fact that one, Nova had the lead in the first game. Nova was able to really kind of maintain a nice early game positioning, and they have the ability and the strength to get back into it and make it a 3-game series. I really think they can. And this is some really tight action. And with all due respect to Team GG Easy and Swift Esports, we're seeing, in my opinion, just a slightly higher level of gameplay between these two teams. What do you think yourself, Sean?
I think you're absolutely right. The communication is on point. Despite the teams some of the teams like we saw Nova staying together and getting into really favorable situations, 3-on-1, 4-on-1, and picking off any members who are straggling from Tribe. Tribe was still able to pull out the win there. And it must have just been because of control of the power-ups. That's what it felt like to me.
Exactly.
And also we have to pay attention to the loadouts too. What kind of weapons are these teams using going up against each other? Right now, if I'm looking here over at Tribe, and they've got a lot of long claws practicing with those. They've got enforcers for their secondary weapons as well. We do have more black tusks, and we have more. It's kind of the reverse actually. We have black tusks and then one long claw over on Nova. So we'll see how their loadouts are going to play in when they get into the actual game 2 here in the series. But now we have Nova with their backs against the wall. If they don't pull out a win here and bring it to a game 3, then they're going to be knocked down into the losers bracket.
Well, they've just got into a situation where they are even Stevens in the first 50 seconds of this game, but they've just lost 2 kills as the double damage went over initially to Nova, but he got shot down, so they went over to Tribe and now went back over to Nova as they are trading blows in the mid-lane position of this game. Sun and Benji try to survive as much as they can. Samo gets into the underneath of this area and gonna look to protect Sun, but Sun gets taken down and double killing spree shots fired as Tribe are just raking up the kills all over the place. They take a 5 kill lead in the second game of the series. Tribe is starting their dominant. Samo hanging around the healing area, trying to use their long claw to get those single shot damage on while still maintaining a high damage of health, as it's a 10-point lead over the Tribe in the first 1.5 minutes of this game. Sean Austino, Samo being the absolute beast for this Tribe team, getting a killing spree, and they're just using the long shot damage to really just pierce through this Nova team, Sean.
You know, if you just have one sniper out there using the long claw, it's not going to be doing the damage output that you would think it is. But when you have 3 snipers on the enemy team, that's where you really have to watch out, because you're going to be having these railgun type bullets coming at you from every different angle. And look at that. There's just so much damage output right here coming out of Tribe at the moment because of these snipers, and the mid control now is so apparent. Sun just picked up double damage.
Oh, double damage, baby, but he does lose his life. It's going to be picked up possibly by either Full or Seeker. Seeker now has the healing and the double damage. The shield, but he does get taken out by Biko. But it gets picked up once again by Benji. Airstrike rains down onto the moon map of this game, as we do see the perk is being activated by Houdini. So that should possibly allow Tribe to really take the second game quite effectively. 3 kills ago with 1 minute left, so it's going to be either first to 40 points or whoever has the most points after 4 minutes. And Bigo trying to get the shots off, but Sun takes him down. Samo trying to get the kill on the Seeker, but Seeker gets absolutely wrecked.
It's a 12 kill difference right now, Imperium, between the two teams, with Tribe in the lead, and the round is over. Tribe take the win there, 12 kills ahead, with Houdini, Biko, and Samo having 10 kills or more in the game. What an amazing series for Tribe, and what a crazy game, because we thought Nova was going to bring this a lot closer.
Yeah. Now, in that second game, they didn't necessarily do bad, in my opinion, compared to the first game. But
I don't know, man. They had double the deaths compared to Tribe's roster.
Wow, Toxic Sean with the absolute beast harshness. But the reason why I say they didn't do as bad, because it looked like they were sticking together a bit more as a team. Yes, we saw the long claw shots being absolutely so effective for Tribe as a team. But like I said, Nova seemed to be sticking together generally as a 5-man team. There was a certain point in the game where they really held that mid area of the map on their own, kind of the mid lane, you could say. They just weren't able to catch up enough and really kind of turn the game around heavily enough in their favor to take a 2-3 game series. But they will get another chance. So, Sean, they will move on to the loser bracket, while Tribe will follow Team GG Easy into the winner brackets of this game. But what kind of differences in the game have you seen throughout the last couple of updates? Because this is a constantly evolving game for sure. I know the developers, Superbit Machine, are so passionate about getting this game up to the highest level that it can be. But what changes have you seen in the past couple of patches that has really made this game, one, fun to play, but also very challenging, Sean?
Well, there's been a couple of updates that have really affected me and my gameplay, and gameplay overall for a lot of the players out there in the top 100. Number one change was the nerf on the Thunderstorm, the lightning gun. And that was just absolutely detrimental to my gameplay, because we went from doing 9 damage per second to doing 8 damage per second. And it's just like, what? I want to be able to kill people faster. I want to be able to take out the noobs so fast. And it's
like me.
It's not happening anymore. And that's why I have to, like you, exactly, Imperium. I do switch over to my Enforcer a lot, though, to make up for this, and I have the Enforcer loosed with the shot first, and that allows me to take down the enemy to a lower health so that I can more easily kill them with the Thunderstorm. So that's a big nerf that they've had. Another kind of nerf on the invisibility power-up was that they're not as invisible as they used to be. Before, it was like true predator status. You cannot see them when they're attacking you at all. It's like 10% invisibility, 10% visibility. So you have to really concentrate and look where they are. Whereas now, it's kind of like a phase in, phase out invisibility power up, where you will be more invisible when you're not attacking somebody. But once you loose any of your weapons and fire any shots, they're going to be able to see you coming out from whatever location you're in, and then it gradually cloaks back into closer to being invisible, like that 10% or maybe even 5%. Maybe the invisibility is a little bit better now. So those are some of the big nerfs that I've seen. The user interface in the game has gotten a lot better. So when you're in the menus, loadout looks better too. It's a little bit more cleaner, easier to do. And we're anticipating having the game actually allow some skins for our pilots, which is going to be pretty cool. So I'm anticipating that happening as well.
Oh man, skins for the pilots. That is something that I'm a huge fan of, because nothing beats being able to kind of personalize your player, your hero, so to speak, as putting a custom skin on in some way, shape, or form. So that's definitely something I'm a huge fan of. And also, because like I said, it's an ever-evolving game. Superbit Machine are so passionate about really improving this game and making it as good as it can be. Getting back to the schedule and the games that we do have in front of us, or ahead of us, should I say. Like I said, a grand total of 6 games are being played in tonight's Crossfire tournament matches. We've already had 2. If you just joined us, welcome to the Scorpia Partners Crossfire Armajet tournament. My name is Imperium. Having the absolute pleasure to cast alongside the ever awesome and amazing Sean Austino. And like I said, if you just joined us, we've had 2 fantastic, interesting, and kind of surprising games already, with Team GG Easy taking a 2-0, very confident 2-0 lead over Swift Esports, and Tribe Gaming surprising us both in some way by securing a 2-0 win over Nova Esports. Nova are a team and an org that the players have been quite heavily involved in shaping the esports scene for Armajet and really getting behind the game. And it was definitely, not saying Tribe haven't, but from what I've seen so far, Nova is very much heavily involved and wants to make this as good as it can be. So I was expecting strong stuff coming out from Nova. I feel we both were. So definitely interesting. And this is a winner bracket situation. So the teams that have lost so far, they will still continue to move on into the loser brackets of this game, of this tournament, should I say. And the next series we are going to have in front of us is Hammers Esports versus Keck. Sean, I'm going to throw a $64 million question at you. Do you know anything about these players or teams?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Imperium. Keck is one of the top teams within the top 100 for the for Armajet. And they're always up there. Teepee, who's their leader of Team Keck, she is actually running the stream for us today, so she's not participating as a player, but her team is going to be out there, so watch out for them. Of course, Hammers Esports, very well known across multiple esports, and them as an organization are very strong, especially because they are the ones who have been practicing on Armajet the longest. They have the longest longevity in the game.
Yes.
They have the most experience. We have got to watch out for them. There's so many players like Big King L and May, who are always out there playing in the top 100, either scraping the top 100 or very heavily embedded in the top 100 players in the world. So we've got to watch out for them. And those are the people who I expect to see here in the game. So it's going to be really cool to see them play. And that game will be coming up shortly for you guys. In the meantime, if you haven't already, check out the Matcherino page for matcherino.com/tournaments. And search for Crossfire Scorpia tournament, and you can contribute to the prize pool there, guys, to help us get from 150 to 200 max prize pool right now for the winners of this tournament. 50% of the prize pool is going to go to the winners of the tournament, and then it will be further divided down 30% and 20% between the second and third place winners of the tournament. So it's pretty cool. This is the highest prize pool that there has been in an Armajet tournament so far. This is the second official Armajet tournament that's been going on in the world. So keep following us, guys. Follow us here, Scorpia Partners, on all social media, and follow us here on this channel too, on Twitch, to find more tournaments in the future.
Man, I just realized, I know this is kind of slightly off topic, but if it's true what you say, I'm pretty proud. I've been involved in, as a caster, of the first 2 official Armajet tournaments, and it's absolutely awesome. And this is what I love. By the way, on a side note, this is what I absolutely love about esports, gaming, and these titles that are coming out and being active, communicative, and getting behind the likes of myself as a caster, yourself as a player and a caster, and involved in the community, is that they want to see people enjoying the game. And yes, having a big prize pool is not a bad thing, because hey, look, we all would like to make a living out of esports. Who wouldn't? But at the end of the day, when you have a game that has an impassioned community and people who are constantly wanting to see the game get better, in my opinion, that's far more important than a high level prize pool. And if you can integrate a great community into an esports scene with a positively solid prize pool, man, this leads to events like this with great casting, with great games, with great teams, and this is just the beginning, guys. So get on the Armajet bandwagon. If you are new to the stream and new to the game, or interested in downloading the game, get onto it. Go onto your Play Store, download the game, give it a go. As Sean Austino said at the start of the stream, it's incredibly easy to get into initially. It's very fast paced, but it's great fun. You can play it while you're on the bus, while you're on the toilet, while you're making food. Everybody does it. Everybody, it's a new newspaper, but you can do that, and that's what's so great about a game like this. Plus, like we talked about, it's very in depth, and it's very much a, so to speak, there's a lot of potential for the game to get, I wouldn't say complicated, but just there's a lot of depth to the game outside the initial fast-paced action, Sean.
This is the best 2.5D third-person platformer shooter out there. That's for sure. Check it out, guys. And you know what? I'm looking at the top 100 players right now, and just within the top 20, we have 4 tribe members. We've got Biko, who we saw here, Bruce as well. We've been seeing him. Void. I don't know if Void was playing today, but he's up there. He's actually the second place. He's number 2 in the top 100. Houdini, who we saw playing today, is number 4. And then mixed in there, number 3 is actually Chocolicious from Team Keck. Let's look where we got Teepee on there. She's also on Team Keck. She's number 17. And let's talk about Hammers. And within the top 30, we've got 4 Hammers players as well. Gunna, we've got Ilsef, Roar Rocket, Carried by Bots, and I think we have more people from Hammers too. We've got Intel and Big King L. So there's over half a dozen from Hammers in the top 30. So watch out for them in this next match, guys, because it's going to be a pretty crazy matchup.
That is actually so interesting, when you highlight that with the top 100. But Sean, at the end of the day, it comes down to teamwork, right? It comes down to synergy. It comes down to formation and playstyle. So is it really all well and good being in the top 10, top 15? If
well, it does.
As a four-man team, you're not protecting that player, so to speak.
That's true. That's true. It doesn't show the valor doesn't mean anything, but it's just like how much you grind, and that's what valor is in this game. Because we do not have the thriving player base that we need for this game, and that's why you need everybody out there in chat, everybody listening to us right now, you need to tell your friends to get on this game. You need to play with your friends, set up nights where you can play Armajet and get out there and join tournaments like this one here that Scorpia Partners is running. So we're getting ready. We're moving into the match right now. We're waiting for some of these players to come in. There's still a little bit of time before we are scheduled to start the match, but yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good one here with Hammers versus Keck.
Hey, and also at the end of the day, put your support out there in the chat on who you want to see win this next match. If you are if you are supporting Hammers Esports, put hashtag Hammers. If you're supporting Keck, put hashtag Keck. I want to see your comments in there on the Twitch chat and who you are supporting. Even if you don't have a clue who these two teams are, pick one. Sure, it's a little bit of fun. Why not? If you win, or if the team that you pick does win, hey, you're going to feel a little bit better, but you're going to think you know a little bit about this game. Yeah, put your support out there, and if you are a genuine supporter of the likes of Hammers Esports, who are a fantastic org within mobile esports and esports in general, like I said, put it out there in the Twitch chat. Everybody, the players, the organizers, the esports orgs, they all appreciate any kind of vocal support for these teams, as you do see these players are starting to somewhat join and
starting to trickle in.
I'll tell you what.
I have a question for you.
Okay, okay. Question.
Tell me some of the top 3 places that you've played Armajet.
The top 3 places.
Yeah, when I say places, it's like a mobile game, right? It's mobile and it's PCs, cross-platform. So where have you played it? What are the top 3 places you have played Armajet?
On the toilet. Full on.
That's so good. Yeah, toilet. So is that the number 1 place?
Yeah, in between making pizzas. And I suppose.
So when you're taking a break from work.
Well, not even an official break, just, hey, look, make a pizza, game of Armajet, make another pizza, game of Armajet. It's a fluid system. It works.
So do you have like the dough powder on your hands and you're like playing the game as well?
Health and safety protocol, always wash your hands in between all pizza making. How dare you, Sean? How dare you? How dare you? But
it's so good. It's so good.
And the third place, look, would be the comfort of my own office and my own home at the end of the day. Being able to carry it around. It's a good question you ask. So I'm gonna throw the same question back at you. Where would be the top 3 places that you have played Armajet?
Well, the number 1 place where I have the most success, grinding, getting that valor, scraping into the top 100. I'm a top 100 alumni, by the way, so I've been in there, got myself in there. I think the top I ever got was like maybe high 80s, but high or I mean maybe low 80s, one of those two. But my studio, like here in my apartment, I have my studio set up for my Twitch streaming, and that's actually my favorite place to play. But I have been known to find really good times to play in the morning when I'm driving around and I get to a Starbucks, hop on that Starbucks Wi-Fi, get on my iPhone, and I bust out some games on there. And I get really good grinding done with that, actually. And I'm able to get my bounties, collect everything I need to just fill up my bounties and start opening those to get more weapons, to get more perks unlocked as well, skins, for the logo profile pictures, picture skins. So those are the top 2, and I have also played at my in-laws quite a bit. While I've been waiting, I play on my iPad there.
That's so rude. That's why I'm not interested in talking to you. Daddy-in-law, I'd rather play Armajet, but no, I joke.
Everybody does their own thing. It's okay. So I'm just like, okay, I got nothing to do. I'll just put on some anime in the background and play some Armajet on my iPad.
By the way, hashtag not sponsored by Starbucks, but hashtag wouldn't mind being sponsored by Starbucks. Hashtag contact me. But anyway, these teams are into. These players are into their relevant teams who will look to get started as soon as possible. The player I want to watch out for is LCF on the side of Hammers, because like you mentioned, these Hammers teams and a couple of these players are so embedded into the Armajet game, but Elsie, I know for a fact, is very, very, very good at this game. I've played against him. I've seen him play in the previous tournament, and I'm expecting him to do big things. However, on the side of Keck, we have some familiar faces, even from the other esports game that we do cast together at various points of Vainglory. We do see Bruto and Joselu 1 versus 9, also just known as it's Joselu. So yeah, Joselu, who is very active in the esports EU scene of Vainglory. So I'm definitely interested if he can carry those talents over to Armajet. And also, a question for you, Sean, because you would be quite experienced in terms of esports games and various titles. How different is Armajet compared to other esports games?
Well, it makes it really different. Of course, it's a mobile esport, so that's something that stands out. This is the first 2.5D third-person shooter that I've ever played. So what makes it cool is it's kind of a blend between Quake, Halo, and Super Mario Brothers, I want to say. But it's got even though you have this map and there are multiple levels to the map, you can actually think of the levels as being more like lanes where you're able to travel between the lanes. Much like the jungle in any MOBA, you can go use your jetpack to navigate the lanes, but it's vertical as opposed to being a flat surface with a bird's eye view. So that's what makes it really, really different. But if you're going to compare it to a MOBA, it's kind of got elements of MOBA in it, but there's not abilities. You know, we do have a perk. So in a way, that's an ability. You have different loadouts that you can have, which is kind of like items that you're switching between, but it's very static. There's not a lot of crazy selection in it, but that makes it better in some ways because you've got to you know how to counter the enemy a lot more easily with the weapons that they have. You know who you need to maintain your distance from with the longer range weapons, who you need to avoid splash damage from if they have the Badger, for example, and if they have the Tusk, when they're going to be running out of ammo, when you can engage them and counterattack.
Exactly. And also, I want to point out, as we are going to get into this game in the next 5 seconds, the game is also incredibly detailed from a graphical point of view. Sometimes people don't realize because it's so fast-paced as a game, but it's very, very detailed, and I think it looks very beautiful. But we are seeing the early deep skirmish with the 1-0 lead being taken over by, no, it's 2-2 between Keck and Hammers Esports. So definitely Keck holding their own against Hammers, with Big King L being kind of on his own, but we do see Garjan trying to go over and getting a couple of kills, and they take a 4-3 lead. Carried by Boxing, it seems to be followed by Elstif. So 4-man Hammers bow with Josu throwing a grenade, does get a couple of shots over too, and it's 4v4. There seems to be a bit of an issue. As one player, I think, got kicked out of the game, but we are kind of restarting. It does seem that all 4 players are okay. No, actually, my humble apologies. We are going to restart the game, restart the series, because there was a bit of an issue with I think a couple of players were kind of bugging out, or there was a bit of an issue, but we are going to restart the game. But Sean, I know a couple of players will have a little bit of an issue, but I gotta give credit to Keck. They were kind of holding their own in the first 30 to 40 seconds of this game.
They sure were, and Joselu had the most kills in the game so far for his team, rather. And Elsif, who we saw last week in the exhibition match for the new Canyon update, was doing himself quite a good show with 4 kills right there. So we'll see what happens once we get everything restarted. But are we continuing? We're waiting for the restart.
No, we're restarting.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on the party leader to, in some way, sort this out. Either restart or maybe I think we're going to leave the game and start the lobby again. So just to get these players in and into the lobby as quickly as possible, so we can give you fantastic Armajet action, guys. Thank you very much to anybody that has joined the stream, listen to our beautiful voices cast the game that is Armajet, the fantastic 2.5D
third-person shooter.
Third-person
Platformer.
shooter. the way he said it is just absolutely fantastic.
2.5D third-person platformer shooter.
It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? It just rolls off the tongue.
What's great about it is that it has 3D elements in the game. Like when you have the your pilots running around, you can actually see them in a 3D manner, but they're moving in a XY axis, and that's all they're able to move in. Yeah. Which is very interesting. It's pretty cool like that. And when there's gore, when the players explode, you see jetpacks fly off and hit other players and blow up and cause massive havoc and chaos. It all looks very nice. And that's what makes it such a cool game.
Fatality. But that's when you say gore, I literally just thought of Tekken and finish him. But anyway.
That you're talking about Mortal Kombat now.
Oh, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, potato. You know, they both had their own fantastic slogans and kind of phrases within the game. But yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I was kind of saying, the game is incredibly detailed, even though it's fast paced. It's kind of, quick action packed. It's very, very detailed. When you actually zoom in onto the likes of the trees and the river, it really does kind of stand out. Even the clouds up above, because you say, like you point out, it's 2.5D. So things do look 3D with the mountains in the background that kind of are shadowed and a little bit transparent, with the clouds moving across the sky. It just looks so clean, so pretty, and just very well made. And if you have a game that looks well made, you're going to enjoy playing it more, and you're going to get the sense that it's made to play well. So I don't know what the story is. If there's a bit of an issue, we'll try and find out what the situation is. I don't know if there's an issue with the Keck team or one of the players, or if we are completely ready to get into this game. Sean, I don't know if you've been given any information yourself. I know all 8 players are in the party. I just don't know if we're kind of ready to start yet.
Yeah, I don't have any other information, but still waiting to see what's going on.
Oh,
looks like we're getting into the game now.
Okay,
and this is game 1 of the 3rd series today. Hammers versus Team Keck. Let's see who comes out on top.
Let's see, as we do see that now, 3 members of Team Keck are going up into the top area with Python. Fantastic grenade being thrown out by Python. Bruto gets a kill on the Python, and as we do see, Team Keck are looking pretty well, but double kill being followed over by Hammers Esports. That's a triple kill as Hammers now turn this around, and they do take a 3-1 lead, hovering over the mid lane now, going over to Bonbon, carried by Bots. He's a little on his own, but he does manage to survive quite effectively. Now we do see Python followed by Big King L, and SF going hard with the shield, being that front line, getting the kills. LCF is doing a lot of work, really well done by Hammers Esports. Big King L picks up the double damage, but he dies and loses straight away, carried by Bots. Has invisibility as well, but great shots coming out from Keck to stop that double damage, realistically being heavily affected in this game. But it's a 6-point lead over for Hammers Esports. Big King L is on a beautiful smexy killing spree. Sean Austino, 1 minute plus in this game. Hammers Esports, they have an 8-point lead, looking pretty effective.
It's looking pretty good so far, and we see a lot of kills, but by both carried by Bots and Ilsef. Big King L has got himself 6 kills as well. That is way more than the other side has. Team Keck is not carrying what they need to carry here in this game right now. They have not had control of the double damage nor the invis as well, and they are just they're going all over the map, finding who they need to find in 2v1, 3v1 situations, and they're just annihilating, killing who they need to kill. That Enforcer is doing a lot of damage. Oh, watch out for a stick from Josela.
That was absolutely beautiful. Could this be the turnaround? I don't think so. Hammers Esports on 25-12 with 2 minutes to go. Grenade gets thrown up by Jose once again. It does connect a little bit onto carried by bots, but not quite getting the job done effectively. But all the way, now Jose has picked up invisibility, so let's see what he can do. He gets a kill onto Elsie from behind, but the air strike takes down Jose quite effectively, 32-14 with 1.5 minutes to go. Big King L gets on a killing spree, another airstrike raining down supremely on this map as it's 36-50. That's over double the kill score on the side of Hammers Esports, 38-15. 2 kills to go, 1 kill to go. The round is over. Hammers Esports take a confidently effective first game with massive kills going over, particularly to Elsif. And I said he was the one to look out for. 13 kills for his Hammers team.
Team Keck, I love you guys, but you might as well have been bots out there for Hammers to just slaughter, because they all had close to 10 deaths. Garrick PC had himself 9 deaths, which was the lowest of the team. And Hammers, minus Python, who had 4 kills, everybody had over 10 kills on their side. So kudos to Hammers for just carrying the game for themselves and doing what they needed to do, hunting down who they needed to hunt down. It was just this crazy sauce out there, man. Elsif, carried by bots, Big King L, making themselves really just assuring everybody in the top 100 of the game and us here on Twitch chat that they are the players who we need to watch out for in this tournament.
Man, also, just to really point out something I noticed, Elsif got 14 kills, but he actually got 0 assists. So it's kind of like, of course,
he was going off by himself.
Yeah, a little bit, or it's kind of like, it was just, man, screw you guys, you either follow me or you don't. I'm going in quite aggressively before these kills. And I've noticed that from LCF in previous games as well, where, he's very aggressive with his play. So he kind of goes hard or goes home, essentially all fight, no flight, so to speak. And it paid off for the Hammers team in this game 1, but I want to see game 3, Sean. I want to see a tiebreaker game. I want to see the sweat pouring off these teams to try to get the final blow, the final kill in the 3rd game of a best-of-3 series to draw out the blood, sweat, and tears.
I want to see more than that. I want to see limbs flying everywhere. I want to see jetpacks running into pilots and exploding. I want to see Badger shots with double damage, killing more than one enemy. That's what I want to see here on the Scorpia tournament for Armajet. Woo!
Oh, man. Absolutely fantastic. And just as we were informed during the break, look, outside of everybody just initially supporting the stream and the tournament, thank you.
MS Boxer 25.
Yeah. Miss Boxer, you absolute beautiful lady, donating $20 to the prize pool. You absolute wonderful human being of a woman, has just been constantly supporting any esports tournament game title that she feels is worthwhile, and she's helped so much in loads of other games, tournaments, community run initiatives kind of thing. And thank you so much, Miss Boxer, genuinely from the bottom of my heart. You absolute amazing lady. But either way,
thank you, dear. I tip my hat to you.
I'm not wearing a hat, so I can tip my hair.
I can tip my headphones to you.
Actually, that's not... I'm just going to tip my headphones right now. I literally did actually tip my headphones. No shit, I actually did tip my headphones. But either way, these players are looking to join into this lobby once again. Hammers Esports are on the blue side, and Keck are on the red side. On a side note, is there any, similar to Vainglory, but is there any positional or any kind of advantage if you're on the blue side or the red side, Sean?
Well, on this map, there is not so much of an advantage, I feel.
Okay.
But once you're in the middle of the map, around what you may call the fist, this one's a big fist, and if you have a thunderstorm, I feel, or a tremor, or maybe even a badger, you're actually going to have a pretty good advantage in snow base, because with the tight quarters near the double damage, there is no invis on this map. So with tight quarters combat here, you're going to be really well off with using a thunderstorm, I feel. So players may be opting for that. We already see some who have chosen tremors as their loadouts, so that's going to allow them to get some good spread damage out there. The max you can do for a tremor damage is actually 80, because it does have four flak shots that come out doing 20 damage each. So if you're able to hit somebody at close range with all of those, then you're going to do 80 damage. Man. Not enough to kill them, but if you pull out a secondary weapon and you hit them with that, then they're going to be gone, guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly. And do you think a draft system would work for the weapon loadouts in this game, Sean?
That's a really good question. I don't know how they would implement that, but I don't see why not, give it a try. Maybe the beta testers or closed beta testers would be giving it a try, but I feel like it's fun the way it is, just being able to see what weapons the enemies are choosing. Obviously, when they're in the game, when you respawn, you're able to choose something to counter that, or to just maintain your distance from them, wait until they're reloading. And that's a split second you can have to reload. In the Tremor, for example, it's 1.7 seconds that you have to react to them in some way, and for them to back off and wait for their weapon to reload. Whereas something like a thunderstorm takes a lot longer. It's closer to 3.5 to 4 seconds for that thing to reload if it's fully drained. So it really depends on the weapon, if you know what you're going up against, how you can counter it. And the draft system for guns, it's a possibility. It's something that's intriguing to me, but I just don't feel like it's necessary.
Okay, let's see how that does play out. Definitely interested in your opinion on that as somebody who's been involved in draft-based games before. Maybe it could just add too much of a complication to what is generally initially a very simplistic, not simplistic, but a very just kind of easy to pick up game for anybody. And when you involve kind of draft-based systems, it can become a little bit complicated. But all 8 players are in the lobby. We will look to get started as soon as possible in this game 2 between Hammers and Keck Gaming, and we are into this game. Let's see what can happen, as we do see Keck did hang out or start off in the middle of the game, but we do see 1 kill already. 2 kills for the price of 1, so to speak, of going over to Keck Gaming in the early stages of the game. They take a 3-1 notes back down to 3-2 and 3-3 between these two teams. The shots are firing all over the place. Alsip gets the kill onto Garlic Gareth, should I say, quite effectively. Now we do see Hammers Esports are securing this mid lane position quite effectively. Big L dropping back down and gets a kill onto Bruno. Elsif gets a kill onto Gareth. Big L gets another kill, but Josu does take out card by bots, and with 45 seconds in this game, we are seeing Hammers actually being pushed quite effectively to their limits, because 9-8, it's not quite the overthrow match that we saw in the first game of the series, as Bruno picks up double damage. Let's see what he can do on it, but we do see Elsif and the rest of the Hammers team just raining down supreme, and they take a 6-point lead with 1 minute and about 15 seconds gone on this game, and they're now dominating. They're snowballing a little bit. They are putting Keck Gaming under a lot of pressure, taking a 7-point lead. But Sean, you gotta give credit to Keck, because they're kind of sticking in it a lot better compared to the first game.
They are sticking in there. They were, by mid-game, they were actually able to, a minute into the game, there were only 1 kill difference between them and Hammers. But once they got the double damage, it kind of fell apart in there. They were sticking around in that bot lane for a little bit too long right there in the mid. And doing that, it allowed Elsif to just come at them from the flank, and he annihilated them despite having the double damage. So here we're 2 minutes remaining in the game, halfway through this second match here. and it's a 10-point deficit right now for Team Keck. Things are looking very good for Elsif and the rest of Hammers, who we've seen Python actually with 10 kills at the moment. Bruto's getting lit up.
Oh, and talk about 10 kills. He's on a kill spree, but Josa ends a kill spree. But Python, with his perk, gets a lot of damage on his LC. Picks up double damage, and Bruto tries to hide underneath that hump. Python now picks up double damage because the LCF did get taken out quite effectively by Delish. But either way, it's an absolute fantastic lead coming up by Hammers Esports because they're only 6 kills away from securing this round down to 5-15 points ahead of Keck Game, and Keck have done their best to kind of stay in this game as long as possible. But 4 minutes is too much time as the century is getting work done, and we do see 39 and 42-20. That is yeah, Sean. Yeah, it looks worse than what, in my opinion, it looked like. But Python, 17 kills, 6 deaths, and 2 assists. This is the guy that only had 4 kills in the first game.
That's pretty damn good. It's a complete reversal for him. And that's almost a 3-to-1 KD ratio right there, which is really good. If you're going to be trading into your enemies and killing them 3 times more than they're killing you, that's pretty damn good. And that's why look at all the scores here. We got 17, 9, 8, and 6, 4 kills on the side of Hammers. And if you look at Team Keck, they had 8 kills, which was half of the top guy on the other side. For Hammers. So that's just pretty insane there. I'm not going to throw any more shade. I promise, Team Keck. I love you guys to death. And Hammers just showing their dominance in this series. We're going to be surely seeing them in... they're going forward in the winners bracket. They're going to be going against some of the top teams. GG Easy. They're going to be going up against Tribe. So we're going to see who comes out on top in this tournament. The losers bracket has Team Keck joining them. So we will see who prevails down there in the lower brackets. Yeah,
it is. And we still have one more game, at least in the initial 4 games of tonight's stream. 6 in total, 4. And the 4 winning teams will actually face up against each other in the last 2 games of tonight's games. But either way, this last game that we're going to have coming up for you guys is going to be Fiery Tail Esports, an EU-based org, generally quite new as an org, but they've been involved in Vainglory as a guild and as a kind of as a name for a couple of years, and they've really improved. They put a lot of money, work, and time into establishing themselves as an org. So I actually do have a lot of respect for them, and they are going up to the bots. But Sean, do you know much about these 2 teams?
I actually don't. I do know that Fairy Tail rather, is an esports org that we have seen in Vainglory. They were able to put up quite a few tournaments themselves. I was able to, luckily enough, participate and cast some of their games.
Yes.
Very fun, great organization. Le Bots. I'm sure that's a little bit of play on all the bots we got in the game here for Armajet, but I hope they play a little bit better than bots against Fairy Tail, and we'll see how things turn out. I'll actually be looking at the top players to see if I see anybody from Fairy Tail in the top 100, but I don't recall. I think I may have seen Labots in the top 100 actually, so I'm scoping it out right now if I can find somebody.
Well, while you're scoping it out, we are going to go on about a 10-minute break for you guys. The reason why, once again, just to kind of freshen up the water, get the last game set up, because, you know, as we've seen, we've yet to see a full 3-game series, so these games are going a little bit quicker than, you know, planned time-wise. So we are going to have a break for about 10, max 15 minutes, and then we will bring you the final game of the initial 4 games. I know that sounds confusing, but will be Fiery Tail Esports against the bot. So please do not go away. Thank you for joining us so far, and there's a lot more action to come.
get scratching.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Scorpia Crossfire tournament. That is the Armajet tournament. My name is Imperium, and we've had some fantastic action. Some great best of 3 series that haven't actually gone to a third game. I'm being joined by just by the legend, the man, the myth, the bird, the plane, the Superman that is Sean Austino. How are you doing, sir?
Watch out, boy. He's here. Yeah, man, I'm doing great, dude. I was doing some research actually while we were on our break.
Okay.
And I feel super bad, man, because I'm like, Les Bots, who are these guys? I do not know who Les Bots is, but these are some of the top players in the top 100, man.
Okay,
like we got ourselves Bad Sky Rose, who faced Palm. I did not freaking realize this. I have seen him in the games a lot. I've had my ass handed to me by Bad Sky Rose a number of times. He is currently the top player this season for Armajet, and followed by Rihani at number 7 in the top 100, and Archer, who is number 10 in the top 100. Average guy 777, who's down there. He's down there at number 71 in the clan. Fairy Tail rather. Rate, he's up there. He's number 14, and then we've got Diev as well. These are some of the players who are in the top 100, and I feel pretty bad. Like, I'm like, what? Do I not realize? I just haven't been playing so much this season, so I feel pretty bad, man. But Poetic Nico, he's there too, and I think Flameron might be there as in the top 100 as well. So these are great players. Fairy Tail. I keep saying Fiery. Fairy Tail is actually
Fiery. No, I call it Fairy Tail.
I believe it's actually Fairy.
No, it'll always be Fiery Tail.
It's always going to be fiery for you. But they are actually the number 4 clan in Armajet right now. So they're somebody to watch out for. But Les Bots and having Bad Sky Rose up there is a pretty big, scary name to deal with. So watch out for Les Bots.
I'm sorry, when you say Le Bot, I literally just picture bots going around with baguettes and shooting people with baguettes and throwing croissants as grenades at their enemy team and go, you shall not
pass. You cannot take us.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du
fromage. But
I don't know how to say butter, but watch out for the butter. You will slip on it and fall into the jungle temple's traps. Watch out for the cliff. We're so bad. Us stupid Americans and Irish guys doing French accents. We're into the game. We're into the game now. This first game in the series here for the Scorpia Partners Tournament. Armajet awesomeness. Let's do it, Imperium.
Yeah, also just point out we have Dracosan on the side of Firetail, very active member within Vainglory, and also very active within Armajet, trying to pay off, as you do see, 2 kills each on the side between Firetail and Le Bot. As you do see, they're trading shots, but not quite securing the kills. Dracosan went from the far right-hand side of the map into the mid area, but wasn't able to really do anything from it. Like I said, 2 all between these teams, and actually probably the most passive, not passive, but kind of, elongated team fight we've seen so far in this tournament, as it's 6-4 on this side of Firetail, 7-4 they're securing kills. They are getting the job done so far with Riani following quite nicely between Dracosan and Bad Sky Rose. Now it's a 7-8 situation. Bad Sky Rose has ended Pachinki's killing spree. Dracosan has picked up double damage. Let's see what he can do with that. Gets a kill onto Royal Havoc, as you do see 12-10, 13-10, 13-11, 14-11. Sean Austino, it's starting to kick off, but Fiery Tail are looking pretty good, but there's only a couple of points separating the 2 teams, so it could easily be turned around on the favor of the bots. What are Fiery Tail doing right to stay ahead by the couple of points that they are?
Well, what they're doing right so far is they seem to be controlling a lot of the mid area right now. Ion Flash X is leading the charge with the snipes, and Bad Sky Rose takes a really good snipe as well. They're 7 kills ahead right now. We are mid-game, 2 minutes remaining in this match. But we do see Dracosan, who's actually in my clan, Misfits. And in the beginning of the game, he actually got himself that double damage. Was able to control the power-up, but he got taken out very easily with it. Nevertheless, we're seeing a lot of trades happening from Bad Sky Rose and Archer on the side of Le Bots. And if they keep doing this, they're going to maintain this 10-point kill lead now, which has jumped up in the last 30 seconds.
It really has. It was quite even, but we're seeing kills being traded all over the place. 31-90. That's a 12-point lead on this side of Firetail Esports. Lick my potato and call me Jimmy, because Firetail are really being effective maintaining the lead, actually increasing it time and time again as Dracosan is on a killing spree.
He's got invis and double damage.
Oh man, invis double damage. It just absolutely magnetic as Dracosan is on a rampage. Austino, Fire Taylor just 2 points away for securing this game 1, and it is round over. Bad Sky Rose and Dracosan getting 14 and 12 kills apiece. Like I said, Fire Tail, but the 2 teams were very even in the first 30 seconds of the game, Sean Austino, and they were trading blows, and they were very even Stevens, but then Firetail crept up to 3 or 4 points. They stayed at 3 to 4 points, but then when you were going over a couple of things, there was like about 30 to 40 second time frame. Boom! They jumped up to 10 points. And then it was just from there, it was even sailings. We've yet to really see a team other than that time. I think Tribe came back from Nova. We've yet to see a team really kind of crawl it back in any way for their side. You know, all it takes is 3 to 4 points. And it seems that teams kind of seem to fall off a little bit. What happened that last game, Sean?
It's sometimes it's hard to say, but looking at the analysis post-match, I feel like it's just such an open map there in jungle. And what's really key is being able to move around to the top and get the invis, which is actually very different because usually we have the invis underneath the double damage. So being able to loop around, get the invis, have someone get that separately as compared to getting the double damage at the same time as the invis and maybe splitting it or having the same person get it, it's actually probably the best thing for two people to get it when it comes to Temple. When it comes to a map here like Moon that we're preparing to be fighting on, it's a lot easier to maybe have the same person get both just to maximize the benefit of being invisible and dealing out double damage at the same time. So we do see, I actually also want to point out that we have the same loadouts for a lot of these players. There's a lot of snipers. There's a lot of Black Tusks going on. So we have automatic fire, but at the same time, we also have the sniping from the Long Claw. We don't see Badgers being used. We don't see any thunderstorms coming out or even any tremors. So let's see how the players use their pilots and loadouts effectively.
By the way, I just want to say I did make a mistake in terms of teams in the first game. I got mixed up between the two teams. I thought Dracosan was on the side of Firetail Esports. So my apologies for that, guys. So either way, we are seeing the bots, which I'm going to get it right from now on. Red team are the bots. Taking a comfortable 4-1 lead in the early stages of the game in the first 30 seconds. Grenades being thrown out all over the place. Landing quite effectively onto the team of Firetail Esports. Invisibility and double damage has been picked up by the bots as Dracosan has the invisibility and is able to heal up and gets a kill onto Royal Havoc as they take a 4-point lead, 5-point lead, 6-point lead, 7-point lead. This is absolutely ridiculous, Sean.
Yeah, this is pretty insane, and we do see that double damage with Bad Sky Rose sniping out people with that Long Claw. 1 shot, 1 kill he gives them. But now that I think about it, it probably is better to split up the invis and the double damage because you have the psychological effect of the double damage. People staying away from that person when you're able to flank other people out with the invisible pilot. So Bad Sky Rose is carrying this game right now for Le Bots. He's got himself 8 kills, 1 death. That's a huge trade value for him right there. And he's even unleashed his perk. He's got that Black Tusk drone doing some serious damage and has actually taken out Ion Flash X and Nuddlebach too, while he's on the other side sniping people out the Long Claw. This is just insane.
Man, 24-5. I hate to say it, but Le Bots, you are dominating. You are filling those baguettes with ham, cheese, and all kinds of ingredients on the side of Firetail Esports and just tearing them apart, dominating them as Dracosan is on another killing spree with Bad Guy Rose supporting him quite effectively. Grenades thrown out, and it does actually connect to Rihanna, so it does force him to go back. Archer has picked up the shield, but now going to be hooked on to Nuddleblock, but Nuddleblock loses life. Royal Havoc gets a double kill onto the side of Dracosan and Rihanna, but either way, it's 33-9, 34-9. This will take a miracle, a Christmas miracle, one could say, for Firetail Esports to get back into this game, Sean Austino, because it's 4 points away from securing game 2. 3 points, should I say, for Lebot and secure their position in the winner's bracket as Archer has ended their own
killed himself
airstrike. But who needs it? It doesn't matter because the final kill has been taken out by Rihanna onto Royal Havoc, and Lebot take the game 2 once again quite comfortably, Sean Austino. That was ridiculous stuff.
It was a super dominant game that time. I think that's the most dominant game we've seen here on the Scorpia tournament. Bad Sky Rose got himself 19-3.
Yeah,
that's that's over a 6-to-1 ratio for his KD right there. That's just insanity. Yeah. And what it boiled down to were was control of the mid, getting those power-ups, getting the double damage over and over again with his long claw. He was able to snipe people out, kill them with one shot very, very easily. The rest of his team was just there for backup. They were just there to pick up the scraps or whoever was left over. And we saw that Bad Skyrose got so many kills, he was able to activate his perk very, very easily. And even his drone, the Black Tusk drone, was able to get a lot of damage down and kill people as well on the enemy team. So we did see that Archer actually ended up using an airstrike, which was pretty funny, and got some kills off that, but ended his own life, suicided with the airstrike. You don't see that very often.
We don't, but just... There seems to have been, I believe, there was not a mistake, but apparently one of the guys from the Firetail team, somebody else, was in the spec game. So I don't know if we are going to restart this second game. Or what is going on, or Brobrowski, what is going on right now? Can I get
it seems like we're just doing we're doing a little bit of deliberating on the tournament admin side, so we'll see what they say at the moment.
It seems to have gotten fixed. I don't know what the issue was or what the actual reason. Whoever was spectating on the side of Firetail, because I believe in a certain level of transparency and clear information, was that somebody had spectated from Firetail, somebody else. I would imagine was by accident. They left after 1 minute. And I would imagine that even though it's something that we don't agree with, or the guys is in the rules of no spectating, because Firetail lost, there's no reason to restart the game and to in any way kind of punish Firetail any more than they already have been by losing. So it has been fixed. It's been sorted out, and like we saw, Lebot will move on to the winners bracket, where we will see the 4 teams go up against each other from the first 4 games today, which was Team GG Easy, Tribe Gaming, Hammers Esports, and Lebot. What's really funny, by the way, is Lebot is the only team when I'm looking at the matches, the teams that are on the left-hand side and the teams that are on the right-hand side, Lebot is the only right-hand side team to have actually won their series, whereas the other winning teams were all on the left-hand side. I found that definitely a little bit just coincidental, or just kind of a little bit interesting, but they will go on to face each other in the final 2 games of today. I don't clearly know who the 2 teams will be are facing each other. I will look to find out for you guys as soon as possible. I do know that we're going to have another about 10-minute break, I believe, while we get the game sorted out, the bracket sorted out, and the team sorted out for the final 2 games of tonight's Scorpia Crossfire Armajet tournament. Thank you very much to everybody once again that has joined, donated, supported, had a laugh. It is going to be GG Easy versus Tribe, with Hammers versus Lebot. So it's the first 2 winning teams going up against each other and the second 2 winning teams. So there's no in any way kind of match fixing. That's just the way it's gone. And finally, we are going to have a 10-minute break for you guys. So don't go away, get a cup of tea, cup of coffee, go to the toilet and play a quick game of Armajet, and come back for the final 2 games of tonight's stream. See you guys soon.
I'm
Press F for respect. But anyway, hashtag poop emoji. But no, it is true. Like they won. Each team did win their first series 2-0, but they both know that realistically they are up against a better team. Both are, I believe, North American. No, sorry, one's EU based and the other, I believe, is North American based. If I'm right, Sean Austino.
I would think so. Yeah, Hell's Devils definitely in the EU, and then we have Tribe is primarily known as being a North American team. So I would have to say so.
So that means they wouldn't really face each other much. They wouldn't really have much experience against each other. So this could spell some really interesting plays where the teams will look to just mainly focus on their own positioning. Because one thing, as we do get into a more developed esports scene with teams, more teams joining the fruition and joining the Armajet esports team, is that players and teams are going to be, scrimming against each other more, playing against each other more. Therefore, they will have an idea of respective play styles. When you learn,
We've got a correction in chat, my good friend. It looks like Tribe is also an EU team. So
okay.
We got two EU teams here.
Okay, my humble apologies. I wasn't sure if the Tribe roster was EU based or if it was North American based, because Tribe is a North American based org. So I wasn't sure. So thank you for that confirmation. The beautiful gentlemen and ladies and boys and girls in chat. Thank you very much for that. But either way, when teams and players start to play each other more and get an idea of play style, that will affect, because when you learn a play style coming out from the enemy team, you're able to counter it, right, Sean?
Say that again, buddy.
When you learn a certain play style or kind of a formation that comes up from a team, you're able to, I suppose, change up your own play style to take advantage of that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can juke the other team members. You can fake out the enemy team. They could think you're going to attack from the mid lane when you are actually, in fact, going through the bot lane and going to be flanking them from below. So it really depends. And then of course we've talked about this all day, but if you're controlling the power-ups, you know that the enemy team is going to have to come at you from one of those locations, either the left or the right. So you've got to be careful when it comes to that point, and that's where you need multiple members of your team watching out for each other and just covering the entrances to the middle lanes, to the fist. I like calling it the fist, thanks to Kima, the fist of the map. So you always have to be careful when it comes to that.
I'm PG and family friendly tournament. I'm not going to elaborate on that too much, but either way, we're just waiting on.
I just realized maybe I shouldn't say that. Lol.
No, don't. If you don't think you should say it, don't say it. If you aren't going to tell your kid, don't say it in public. But either way, we're just waiting on the last member of Tribe who has joined. So we will look to get this game underway as quickly as possible, if we can get the go-ahead by the party leader in some way, shape, or form. Because yes,
we're going 10, in, 9, buddy.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have the first game of the winners bracket between Tribe Gaming and Team GG Easy. 0 kills on the board straight away. Grenade goes onto an effective situation as Team GG Easy take a 1-0 lead. Mata is put under pressure by Brutal and gets taken out by Maverick quite effectively as Hell's Devil gets the job done onto Somas. It's a 5-2 situation by Tribe. My apologies, I was getting those teams mixed up once again because I'm a potato, but they do take their 6-2 lead in the first 30 seconds. Sean Austino, this is Tribe Gaming being a little bit dominant because they are 8-2, and the Team GG Easy are not having it so easy in the early stages of the game, going 7 kills down in the first 45. God damn, John.
Oh man, and then not only that, but Maverick had himself a double damage, got to utilize it a little bit, but he did just get taken out right there. Samo was going for it, but it was so obvious. Mata was able to clean that up, and now we have a potential for GG Easy to do a lot of damage here, because still has that double damage on him, and they've closed the gap to about 5 kills so far.
Oh no, Mata and Maverick. Oh no, it's 1v1 situation. Maverick got the better Mata, and now he's got the double kill onto 2 members of Team GG Easy, who was looking so good, but now they've gone back down from being 5 kills behind to 9. And this
Maverick has 9 kills.
Pretty good.
Maverick has 11 kills and 3 deaths now.
Yeah. That's in a 1v1 situation that was not good for Team GG Easy, because you're not going to get the better. Samo goes from behind and gets the kill onto Mr. Meta. Absolutely tastefully done coming out from Tribe Gaming as they take a 14-point lead. That is over double the lead with 2 minutes to go in this game. It seems like Team GG Easy are not going to be able to quite claw back too much as Biko gets kill after kill, double kill, followed by Maverick kill on the Hell's Devil. Samo gets a kill on the Mr. Meta. This is just carnage after carnage coming out from Tribe Gaming, Sean. Is there really much more that can be said so far?
Well, Hell's Devil is in a really big pickle right there because he is holding that choke point right now. But he's in a 3v1 situation, so holding the mid bot lane like Tribe has been doing is really smart because they're able to control the double damage very effectively. They've actually gotten their perk down. They were able to throw down that sentry. It did get destroyed at the moment, but we only have 4 kills left, 3 kills left, 2 kills left. This game is going all over the Tribe. We have a minute remaining. The pressure is on for GG Easy to do something about it, but whoa, that choke point was just getting crazy, getting good for GG Easy for a second.
Wait, 1 minute go now. 19 to 39. They got a couple of kills, but it seems like it's just going to be Samo possibly getting the final blow in terms of. But Hell's Devil's on a killing spree. Maverick gets the final blow onto Mata, and Tribe Gaming take the first game. 14 kills and 7 deaths by Maverick for the Tribe side. Playing out quite effectively, and it just came down to Team GG Easy dying too many times. Sean, I know that's obvious, but they got quite a good few kills on the board. They did take down Tribe a couple of times, so to speak. But when you die so much in the game, man, you're just putting yourself on a back foot.
You're making yourself look like a bot when you die that many times. But
toxic. So toxic.
For example, GG Easy Nux's one. He had himself 12 deaths right there. It's a really tough situation when you've got big time players like Maverick on the other side. Hell's Devil, he was holding his own for a bit, but still, it got to the position in late game where the pressure was on, and they had to make some kills. Otherwise, the time was just going to run out. And the trash talk was so inevitable in the game for something like that to happen. And I want to switch gears and say I love Mata's in-game name because it's like kill in Spanish. It's good stuff right there. But we're going into the second game in this series here in the winners bracket with the Tribe going up against GG Easy, and so far Tribe has got themselves the front foot here. The pressure is on, and Hell's Devil is going to have to lead his team to victory here. He's got to do something about this. Hopefully his sniping skills with the long claw are going to come into play.
He's going to have to summon Satan. You know that? He's going to have to summon Satan, and it's funny because we are in the depths of hell in this map. Maybe he can, give a phone call to the man himself and go, hey, look, Satan, you know how I am your friend, being that I am Hell's Devil? Any chance you can come down and give me a hand and reign supreme onto this Tribe Gaming team and take us into third game of a best of 3 series? So, we could see it happen, or we could see all of the Hell's Devil team, or should I say Team GG Easy, possessed by Satan and his followers, and just, cause those blowing shots onto Tribe. Let's see what can happen. We're just getting the players into the lobby as quickly as possible for this last game. But what does this map... I've kind of talked about it a little bit. Like, this map very much suits the long claw gun right Sean,
it
because
does,
you're able to snipe quite effectively across the map.
You're able to snipe from long distances because there's not a lot of obstacles in between the lanes. So here, there's more clearly defined lanes here with top, mid, and bot. But it's a very long map, so there's not a lot of vertical space to be flying around in. You're not able to drop off. The mid does contain both the invis and the double damage, and they're in the top and the mid lanes respectively. So we're gonna have to see control from Hell Devil and the rest of GG Easy. They're gonna have to control the mid, but not get sniped out here. And we do see a lot of the team members on both sides they have Black Tusks, they have Long Claws available to them in their loadouts right now. We've got Houdini and Samo showing, and as well as Biko showing that they do have Long Claws available. But and the Black Tusk is probably the best thing to be able to counter that, but they're just going to have to be really careful here. GG Easy is because if they don't control the map like what we've been talking about, then we're going to see them just go down so easily in a 2-0 fashion versus Tribe.
Yeah, you're dead right, Sean. I just chuckling to myself a little bit from the party chat with Hell's Devil support. Hell's Devil sponsor me an enforcer, please. Absolute legendaries, and then Noxus is like sponsors an actual enforcer. Absolutely brilliant. But like it's great fun coming out from these two teams, and I really like the attitudes as we do see now. Team GG Easy, they're kind of trying to stick together, but a little bit too much in the front line as these long shot blows with the Long Claw is getting the work done. 2v1 situation. Maverick going in hard in the front line with Samo, followed by MS Boxer, getting the blows on. It's a 6 points to 1 in a matter of like 5 seconds, 3 seconds.
We've got different loadouts here, Imperium. We do see some Badgers actually being used by GG Easy, and they got themselves a few kills out of it, actually. Mata just got himself a kill. We did see Mr. Meta pick up an explosive fragmentation grenade kill, but it's still, Houdini is controlling the double damage at the moment, and Samo has the invisibility. So these are power-ups that are going over to Tribe without any kind of contest here, and it's 6-13 right now, a minute into the game.
Yeah, that right-hand side of the map was absolutely just cluster of a job by Tribe just to sandwich and lock Team GG Easy into that side of the map, and they're now 17-6, 18-6, 12-11. Yeah, 12 kills ahead of Team GG Easy. Started off so well within the first 15-20 seconds, but
they're having a dance off there in bot lane.
Man, Mata is this is just long shot after long shot. There's just absolute craziness going on.
I want to see some Badger kills here, guys. Throw out some of those grenades. Shoot them out, kill people. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. The gore is what this game's all about. Explode them bodies, have them jetpacks fly off and explode into other people and cause a chain reaction. But we do see Houdini has got himself 9 kills, 1 death, 1 assist so far. He is just leading the entire game. Biko is right behind him with 8 and 1 on Tribe. And you can clearly see here that Hell's Devil being the best player on GG Easy, him and GG Easy are no match for Tribe at the moment. 28-10 with less than 2 minutes remaining in the game. And 300 IQ plays all over the place.
And I see that Team GG, they've slightly fallen apart because Mata is, I don't want to say trolling, but a little bit trolling because there's a little bit, just not really taking the game in the same focus as the likes of Hell's Devil is, and it's leading to Tribe just comfortably taking this game really effectively. 2 points to go until...
Samo got himself a really good enforcer kill right there, and that just shows why that secondary weapon is just so powerful.
Yeah, indeed. And Tribe 14-6 on the side of Samo, 11-1 Houdini. They barely died. They barely shed sweat in that game as they take down Team GG Easy 2-0, and we'll move on to the next round of the winners bracket tomorrow. So comfortable win for Tribe realistically against Team GG Easy, Sean.
Yeah, those just GG Easy fell apart there in game 2. Even though we had them do some different loadouts, they were trying something different. Perhaps the Badger is not the best utilized on Magma. Again, because everything is just so straight in the lanes there. Black Tusk would have probably been my preference to use, if not using, of course, the Long Claw. That was the gun of choice for Tribe. But even me, I like to get in there and get close quarters. So I would use the Thunderstorm in that case. I would lead with the Enforcer, use the Thunderstorm to get in there. But it's a really difficult thing when you're being shot at by 3 different Long Claws on the other side. And with the experience that Tribe has, continuously controlling the mid, controlling the power-ups, getting the timing right, and knowing when they're going to spawn every time, it's what won Tribe the game in that situation.
Exactly, and one thing I want to talk about that is outside of the game. Well, no, not really outside the tournament, but I want to mention about the 4K Paragon prize pool that Superbit Machine are giving away. That is over $40 of Paragon that they're giving away, if I'm right, Sean?
That's right. So then in total, that's actually over $200 in cash and prizes earned for the winners, for the top 3 teams in this tournament, right? So we're going to be having the top team is going to be getting 50% of the prize pool, and then the subsequent winners, the second and third place, we're going to be getting 30% and 20% respectively. So it's pretty big payout here for playing a couple of games here, getting to know Armajet, having some fun with your friends and your clan mates here. So if you guys have yourselves a clan, be sure to scrape them together, get them worthy for a tournament, and have some fun. Perhaps you can participate in the Scorpia Partners tournament next time here for Armajet.
And just to let you guys know that we're all about having fun, and we're all about having a bit of friendly competition within the world of esports and within the world. And I'm going to get a little bit serious on all of your asses, so to speak. I'm all for having a laugh and having fun, friendly competition, even, really competitive competition within esports. But toxicity, trolling, and essentially running a game down or running your team down is not tolerated in most areas of esports, and in this particular tournament it is 100% not accepted. So on that note, due to essentially what can be classed as foul language in the party chat, and due to essentially trolling within the game, Mata has been removed from the tournament. The team of Team GG Easy, as far as I'm aware, have not been removed, but Mata has been removed from this tournament as a player, which is rightfully so. So guys, we're all about having fun, having a laugh, helping to build an esports community, but it takes all of us to support that, and having toxicity and that kind of behavior is never going to help anything. So now that's out of the way, and we can go back to having a bit more fun. Sean, we have Hammers against Lebot as the final game of tonight's stream. Both teams won their series 2-0. Both teams look pretty comfortable, but when you're talking about who looks better, man, you got, in my opinion, Hammers. What do you think yourself, Sean?
You do have to give it to Hammers. They had a pretty strong game earlier when they went up against who did they go up against? Team Keck. Going up against them, it was a pretty strong showing. Both of these teams had 2-0 wins in their series. However, I feel like I want to actually go with Labots here. I want to disagree with you because we do have Bad Sky Rose, the number 1 player in the top 100 for Armajet. And him going up against some of the other players who have previously been top 100, or they still are top 100, but we have top 5 players on Hammers as well. We've got Big King L there, we've got Gunna. These are people who whenever I played with them, I was always on the lookout for these guys, and they shut down my Thunderstorm gameplay. Lickety split. They did not let me get any kind of action off on them. So
I know, right?
I feel like Bad Sky Rose is going to be the player to watch in this next match with Hammers and Lebots. It's going to be very instrumental. If he performs well, the rest of his team is going to be performing well. So, and it's the same thing on the other side. If we have Else If, there's a lot more stars on Hammers, I feel. So if you have Else If, you've got Gunna there, Big King L. If these guys are performing well, then they're going to be shining. So that whoever sticks out on the bot side, that's where it's going to really matter, and it's going to carry them to victory.
Yeah, definitely. And you talk about Bad Sky Rose. My player to watch once again has to be Elsief, to be honest, because he pulled out all the stops and was very aggressive in the first game against Keck. And I expect the same. So it's all about how the bot are going to deal with that aggressiveness as a 4-man unit. Bad Sky Rose definitely in a 1v1 situation, I feel, could 100% get the better of LCF, but it also comes down to the supporting members, the supporting cast of this dance-off, the backing dancers, so to speak. That is Big King L, Python, and Lucas on the side of Hammers Esports, and Archer, Rihanni, and Dracozan. And that's not to say that they haven't stood out, because they have, but like you said, you pointed out Bad Sky Rose as a player to watch on the side of Lebots. I'm going to give it to LCF. So I'm expecting big things. We are about to get into the first game of this best of 3 series. And once again, Sean, we've yet to see a third game in the best of 3 series. I want that third game. I'm craving it at this stage. Will we see it between Hammers and Lebots?
I think it very could possibly happen here. We do see a lot of Long Claws and Black Tusks coming out from Lebots right now. We got some Enforcers being held by Python along with his Black Tusk, but it looks like these Enforcers are not as instrumental as we thought. But still, it's a really close game here. 4-6 so far in the first, 5-6 in the first 30 seconds, and 2-1 with their KDA for Lucas right now on Hammers. He's at the top, 3 kills.
Dracozan has got the double damage. He's able to survive a little bit, but does get taken down. And Elsius picks up the double damage. That's an 8A, 9A. Lucas is on a killing.
Rihanni got himself the invis.
Picked up by Rihanni. Yes, let's see what happens with that. But Elsius has a double damage, and he does take down our Dracozan ends Lucas' kill spree. This is 11-10 in the favor of the bots in this best of 3 series. First game, Dracozan is on a killing spree. It's 1 kill apiece between these two teams. Hammers are being pushed to the max in this game against the bots as the shots are being fired. Oh, Lucas does end Dracozan's killing spree. Randy got that shield up quite nice. He was able to get a kill on, but it's 14-50, 15-14 on the side of the bots. Sean, this is as tight as a well-strapped belt buckle in this game between these two teams, but we're seeing 3 kills in the favor of the bots. Are Hammers losing their grip? Are Hammers losing their chance to get back into this game? Because there's 4 kills between the two teams in the first 2 minutes of this game. The bots are looking really damn effective, Sean.
I am so proud of Dracosan. He is the sleeper here in this game. Everybody overlooked him. Misfits clan member right here, throwing himself into the mix, getting himself 12-5 right now for his KD. And they protected that midpoint so well where Rihanni was able to pick up the double damage there. But Python has it himself. Dracosan gets himself finally taken shut down, but the invis is picked up by Rihanni over there on Lebots as well. They're still quite far ahead right now at 8 kill lead.
Man, they are really ripping into Hammers Esports with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. This could be one of the first games of this tournament so far to go to the full 4-minute mark. But in fairness, they are making good work of Hammers Esports with only 6 kills before they close out this round with 1 minute to go. Big King L is finally taking out Bad Sky Rose's killing spree, and he's on a killing spree of his own. Let's see if they can turn around. 28, 37, 30 to 38, 2 kills away from securing round 1-4. The team of the bots with their croissants, with their baguettes, throwing them down onto the Hammers team, and the round is over. Secured quite surprisingly, at least on my side, but you were giving it over to the bots. They take this game 1, Sean.
That was so good. Labots taking it just like I said they would, minus Bad Sky Rose not getting the top kills. He performed pretty well. He was getting shut down, which was part of Hammer's win condition, to shut down Bad Sky Rose during the entire match. They shut him down for about half the match, and later on he started to pick up more steam, but no one paid attention to Dracosan. Dracosan got himself 11 kills by mid-game, and then afterwards, that's where they started to focus him down. But still, by the end of the game, he got himself 15 kills, 9 deaths. And Big King L on the other side on Hammers, 11, Lucas had 10, and the rest of the team had 6 and 4. They were not able to catch up in time, and even though it was up until mid-game, it was pretty much the similar score on both sides. Hammers just had themselves falling in a deficit with the trades over and over again. So it looks like we're going to be going into game 2 here, and who knows, maybe Hammers might wise up. They might be able to control the power-ups better. They might change their load-ups a little bit differently, and focus on one of the other members of Le Bots. Maybe they need to shut down both Dracosan and Bad Sky Rose for them to be able to win.
They need to get their shit together. Excuse me. They need to really put it out of the park, Sean Austino. With all credit to Hammers, they are a strong team. They have a lot of experience, but they're being really taken to town by this Le Bots team. Dracosan, like you mentioned, was just the absolute beast in that game. We talked about Bad Sky Rose. He wasn't bad, but Dracosan, he took the lead role in this situation. He really turned it for their team. And, but we're in a different map. And we talked about how this map does favor the likes of the sniper shot. I believe, is this the wrong map? We will try to confirm that. But either way, different maps.
We do have maps that teams have voted on for the various games. So, okay. So these are predetermined ahead of time. So if some of the team members are saying, some of the players are saying it's the wrong map, we are going to change it up. And I'm actually in the wrong map too, so I'm leaving. Yeah,
I know that's what I'm just trying to sort of. We are now in this moon.
We are in moon base.
We are in moon base. Ground control to Major Tom, because this could be a major upset if Le Bots can take the second game and move on to the next round of the winners bracket and just make things just a little bit easier for themselves, Sean. And it will put Hammers under a bit of pressure to get their stuff together. Now, they aren't outright of the tournament. If they lose, they will go down to the losers bracket. And for any of the other teams that are in the loser brackets, I'm sure none of them really want to come up against a team like Hammers Esports or even the bots, to be perfectly honest. So out of these two teams, none of them wants to be in the loser brackets themselves, and I expect both teams to give it their all. But with this moon base map, obviously we talk consistently about how the mid lane control or the mid map, should I say, control and dominance is so important. Is this the mid map control in this map more important than any other map, Sean?
I think it is more important because we have two of the power-ups, the double damage and the invis, right within striking distance of one another, where someone could pick them up by themselves, especially if they're using their boosts to get around. But we have an early 4-2 lead here for Hammers at the moment.
Oh, Lucas is on the kill spree. Lucas is getting shot after shot with that sniper on Archer, and all of the members of the Bots team, they take a 6-4 lead. They have actually wiped their pants. They've wiped their willies, and they're getting well into this game.
Did you say wipe their pants?
I know, right? As they
pulled their pants up.
They pulled their pants up. They wiped their willies, and they really have got their stuff together because they are 10-6 in the first, 45 seconds of this game. Now
the power-ups.
The Bots. She pulled it back quite nicely, but then they lost a couple of kills, so it is 12-9 now. So the Bots definitely not down now, as LCF has that double damage and is on a killing spree. Big King L is on a killing spree. This is 5 kills in the favor of 6 kills now, 5 kills in the favor of Hammer Esports, down to 4 kills because the Bots are not going to go down without a goddamn fight. Sean Austino, how's this game looking so far between the two teams?
Well, I'll tell you what, when you get that invis power up, you don't want to be in the same lane where fire is coming down upon one of your teammates because you're going to get shot at as well. Yeah. You need to move around to another lane, and that's something that I feel the Bots needs to get a little bit wiser about. But the control of the power-ups has been pretty instrumental right now. And it's still going back and forth. Hammers has really wised up here. Elsif has gotten himself 9 kills so far, only 4 deaths versus Bad Sky Rose on the other side with 6-6 right now.
My God, we could get our first, game.
Going to a game 3.
Man, this could be. I don't want to say it's over till it's over because it's not over till it's over. But this is a 10-point lead in the favor of Hammers Esports in game 2. The Bots took game 1 quite effectively, but Hammers.
Bad Sky Rose, double damage and invis.
Let's see what he can do. If he can turn this around, it is 1 kill in the favor of Bad Sky Rose, gets Python, but Dracosan gets the double kill on Lucas and LCF. So these 8 points behind. What is happening? Our Hammers turning this, losing it in the favor, but we do see double kill coming out between Python and Lucas on two members of the Bot. It's down to 6 kills with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. This is absolutely smexy as hell. Oh, Lucas gets the sniper shot onto Archer as the airstrike rains down and takes out 2 members of the Bots. And this is now back down to around 7 kills with 55 seconds to go. But more importantly, Hammers Esports are on 34 points. Can they hold on to the edge of their seats with 6 points in it? 4 points to go, 37-30, 42 seconds to go. This is the closest tightest match we've had all game. Is Big King L's on a kill spree, 38, 39, 40, round over. Hammers Esports take this second game, and we go to a round 3, game 3, last series of the evening. Could it get any more exciting, Sean?
I've got myself some sweaty soccer balls from that one because Elsif and Lucas were trading so well into the Bots that they even in 2v1 situations, we saw Hammers taking out the Bots over and over again. We saw Bad Sky Rose doing some work. He wasn't shut down as effectively, but he did have the most more deaths than most of the members of Hammers. So Dracosan, he got himself 9 kills, but it still wasn't enough. Even though Bad Sky Rose got himself the double damage and the invis as well, so he was able to effectively move around the map, do double damage without being seen. He still didn't make the most of both of those power-ups being on him. So the win condition now. We're in the game 3. This is do or die for both of these teams right now to stay in the winners bracket. Double elimination here. Well, let's see who comes out on top. But I feel like this game could go either way, and Hammers wised up to the Bots and their strategy.
This is so goddamn awesome. I absolutely love this. I hope the guys in chat are hype as hell. I hope everybody is excited for this fantastic gameplay. Full credit to all these 8 players involved on these 2 teams, LCF Python, Big King L, Lucas, Bad, Sky Rose, Draco, San, Riani, and the Archer on, these 2 teams are really putting on a show for us. I'm sure none of these teams wants to see a game 3, so to speak. They want to, one team wants to, I'm not going to say have it too easy, but, 2 games, that's it, you're through to the next round. So, but either way, they're putting on a show, they're making it interesting, they're making it spicy, sexy, smexy, whatever you want to call it. Either way, they're making it damn exciting for us. We're just waiting on the final 2 members of the Hammers Esports team to join, and we will get this game underway as soon as possible. Again, put in chat who you want to see win. If you are for the bots, put #bot. If you are for Hammers, put #Hammers, because everybody loves a little bit of support in these streams, in these tournaments from the viewers, and it's definitely interesting to see where your support lies between these 2 teams in the best of 3 series. Sean, what does either team have to do in this map, in this situation, to go through to the next round of the winners bracket tomorrow?
Well, when it comes to snow base, the number one thing you've got to control is the bot lane mid area, because that's where the double damage is. There's no invis in this map, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's such a closed choke point when it comes to the mid bot lane, because you have entering from the bottom. There's only one space you're going to be coming out of, and there's 2 other entrances from the mid lane area. But you've got to watch out.
Whoa. Python taking early game damage, just shot. Oh, absolutely fantastic grenade coming out from one member of Labots, getting a double kill. This is 3 kills in the favor of Labots already. Now 3-1 in second game. 3-2-2. Is it going to be 3-3? No, it's 4-2, 5-2. Riani and Archer come together quite effectively, get the double kill. Now we do see Bad Sky Rose, Archer, Draxan hovering over the double damage area. Bad Sky Rose picks it up quite effectively. Archer takes it. Python takes in Archer, but Big King L takes down Draxan. Bad Sky Rose with that double damage being very, very effective. But 7 kills to 5. 8 kills to 5. No, sorry. Yeah, 8 kills to 5 on this side of Labots. They're maintaining a small lead, but it's not over till it's over for Hammers Esports with just under 1 minute gone in this game. So it'll be exciting. The kills have been flowing a little bit consistently, but not too manically. 10-4, 10-7. Completely off the side of Labots. Sean, what do Hammers need to do? Because every time they've returned, they get a kill on. It's been returned quite, essentially just as effectively on the side of Labots.
Labots is trading really well into Hammers right now. If you look at Bad Sky Rose, he only has 1 death right now, 8 kills for himself. Archer has got himself 5-3 at the moment. So there's only a 4-kill lead right now for Labots. But if they maintain this, they're going to be winning the match right now.
Exactly.
So Hammers has got to watch out for these 2v1 situations. And Bad Sky Rose, he's got himself that shield. He's got himself the sniper. They need to watch out for him right now.
Oh, Python, Archer, Bad Sky Rose, you get double team. Thank you very much. Big King L's trying to go in there to get the job done. But either way, this is 22-15 on the side of Labots. They are taking a 7-kill lead with 2 minutes gone in this game. Lucas has ended Riani's killing spree. Draco's picks up double damage. Python gets shut down. Big King L gets the job done onto Bad Sky Rose and Riani. So either way, it's down to 4 kills between the 2 teams. That's so tight, so close, tighter than I'm not going to mention any further, but 1 minute 37 seconds left as the double damage has been picked up by Draco. Said now it's back up to 9 points. The bots taking a favorable lead, but with 1.5 minutes to go, can Hammers Esports get into this game like they did into the second game and turn the sweep around in their favor? But 10 points separating these 2 teams with 1 minute and 15 minutes to go. How does it look for you, Sean, and what you are looking at? Do you think Hammers Esports can crawl back with only 4 kills to take the round on the side of the bots down to 3?
Big King L got himself the shield, so he's going to have to do this. He's going to have to carry his team to victory right now. The double damage still has not respawned yet. Archer has thrown down a sentry, so Hammers is going to have to watch out for that thing. Woohoo! The jetpack explosion! Big King L throws down his sentry, and it's all over, man! That's it. Game over.
Man,
the bots take it.
They think it's all over. It is now, because my God, the bots team, the bots game was so effective. Bad Sky Rose getting 13 kills, Archer getting 12, Dracosen, hey look, 8 and 8, even Stevens baby got the work done for his team, but more importantly, the assists coming out between Archer and Bad Sky Rose was so effective. But when you look over on the side of Hammers, the max assists that came out from any member of their team was Python on 4, and that, I think that kind of shows how a little bit, I'm not going to say they were not working as a team so much, but I think that's a bit of a sign. Sean, would you agree?
I would have to say that sticking together and communicating well, getting in more favorable trade situations is what we had the bots doing. And you can tell, just like what you were saying, from the assists, they were near each other. When you had one team member getting focused by Hammers in a 2v1 situation, the other member from the bots was right behind them, able to flank them out very easily and take them out. So, like, for example, we had Bad Sky Rose. He had the sniper the whole time, the Long Claw. He was getting focused down by Hammers, and then you have one of his team members with a Black Tusk come up and flank the Hammers member from the side. And that's where it made a really interesting situation. Favorable trades going for them over and over again.
Exactly, and just really well done to the bots taking on such a strong scene that are Hammers Esports, and securing their spot in the winners bracket of the Scorpia Crossfire Armajet tournament. And to update you guys in terms of the brackets and how we are looking for tomorrow's games, we do have Lebot joining Tribe Gaming, who beat GG Easy 2-0 in the winners bracket, essentially semi-final. And whoever wins that will go on to the main final. And then down in the loser brackets, we have GG Easy, because they had won their winners bracket and they lost to Tribe Gaming. They get a bye into the next round of the loser bracket, and we will have Nova Esports, who kind of surprisingly lost to Tribe, taking on Swift Esports, and then we'll have Fiery Tail taking on Keck. And Hammers Esports will join that loser bracket, so the winner of Swift and Nova will take on Hammers, and the winner of Fire Tail and Keck will take on GG Easy. We are far from done in this tournament, Sean. If anything, we're just getting started, baby.
Yeah, this is a pretty crazy tournament we've had so far, and it really demonstrates, beyond just looking at the valor and rankings that we have in the top 100 players for the Armajet game, who is the stronger team here? Who are the best players? Who is having the greatest synergy among the team members? And therefore, who is going to be winning this tournament? And this is the second biggest tournament that there has been. So this is actually the biggest tournament that there has been so far for Armajet. Biggest prize pool, the most teams that are participating, who are well-known members from the top 100 in the Armajet game. So it's pretty exciting, and I'm excited for getting into day number 2.
Indeed. So finish off, we will be back once again, guys, tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT time. That is 8 p.m. essentially British time and 9 p.m. Central European time for you guys. So like I said, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Central European time. We will be back with more Armajet action in the Scorpia Crossfire tournament. My name is Imperium, being joined fantastically by Sean Austino. Thank you to everybody involved in sorting this and getting this tournament up and running. Thank you to all the people who've tuned in to watch, and all the teams and the players who have signed up. But more action to come, and see you guys tomorrow.
And thanks to our amazing host and streamer Teepee for being such an amazing chica and giving us some awesome transitions and making us look good at the desk here. And thanks to Broski as well for setting up everything and coordinating this awesome Scorpia Crossfire tournament for Armajet.